Guys and dolls, Freedom Dot here. And it's been a long day. Quite tired. Had baby round, Lucky was round. Full of life, which is amazing. Made dinner, had a really great night. And I'm just catching up on YouTube, and I'm a bit disappointed, guys. You know, I don't know what's going on. I don't understand things right now, and I'm really making this video to try and get some answers. Genuinely trying to get some answers to find out what's going on, because I've been following Russia and this carry on with Ukraine for an awful long time. Really interested in it, just because I'm interested in that kind of thing. I'm in that tribal sort of thing, with the Russian-speaking people and the Ukrainians and all what went on in the Donbass, and everything that was happening in Poland and the war games that was being played, and I seen Russia getting pissed off, and and I know that Russia tried to join NATO and NATO said no. So I know that they're all telling us that Russia's a really bad place, and if we don't fight against them, they're going to invade Ukraine, and they're going to come through the rest of Europe, and then they're going to come and attack Britain. And this is what they're saying, and I know that's lies. NATO, Russia tried to join NATO. Is that a country that's wanting to fight everybody? Why would Russia wait until all the carry on in the Donbass and the fighting, and what happened to some of them people, the Russian-speaking people, that the Russians in Russia had to watch? I've seen all that. And then they had to watch the war games. Did people forget the war games that NATO was playing in Poland and all these other countries, right up to Russia, more or less? And Russia asked, and it was put into a treaty and signed, delivered, promised, that they would never come up to the border of Russia. And then you get the next thing, Ukraine's shouting about being part of NATO. What did anybody think Russia was going to do? It's not about wanting to... They never just woke up one day and decided to start to attack Ukraine. There's not one part of me think that there's anything wrong with what Russia has done. They're just trying to defend their border. They're not they're just minding their own business. They take care of their own business. Yes, they do. They've done stuff that's out there. Yeah, I get that. But this is guys in their eyes that have committed treason, and it's Russia. We seem to turn a blind eye to all the atrocities that goes on around the world and all the Muslim countries. All the capital punishment still going on today, and nobody mentions it. We don't talk about it. It's like it doesn't even happen. But yet we're crucifying Russia because they poisoned a couple of, in their eyes, traitors. Something's going on here, guys. There's something more personal going on, and I can't understand why all these big leaders are all lying, and they're all going off on their own, and nobody's behind them. On the street, everywhere online, everybody is against this. Nobody wants anything to do with it. They think Ukraine is corrupt to the core. Everybody knows they stopped the elections. He keeps on going about what his people want. How does he know what his people want if he hasn't had an election? He was put in there. That man was placed in there. Doesn't make any sense, guys. What's going on? Why is nobody saying this? This is facts, I'm telling you. This is facts. This isn't misinformation. This is stuff that I've been watching for years. I've watched this play out. I've seen it coming. And now I'm horrified when we're at us again. Because we've been here before. Zelensky and Putin were sitting down ready to sign the paper for peace. And Boris Johnson said no. And it was all to stall for time so the Europeans could get more troops in there and get more ready. What a sneaky thing to do. And like I've said before, we're lucky we haven't been nuked already by Russia. We're the only country that's sent rockets over... ballistic rockets that went into Russia. We've given the Ukrainians rockets that we've had to fire. So we've had boots on the ground firing them into Russia. And the Russians know this already. Why? Why are we doing this? Why is our government doing this to us? And Nigel, Reform, I'm so disappointed in them as well. I'm going to bring a clip. I need to bring this clip. Okay? I need you to see. And I'm just going to bring this one clip, this one wee bit, and it's Stormer telling Nigel. Nigel Farage says, Trump and Zelensky are going to sign this fucking minerals deal, which is a load of nonsense. You know, there's no minerals there. That's another video. We'll bring that video. Like, I can't get my head around that now. But so that's going to get signed, right? So basically, he said, so Americans there's going to be loads of Americans over there, hundreds of Americans. So, is that not enough? Why do we need to send troops over? And Starmer goes, no, it's not enough. We're sending troops over. And Edge also asked how many troops will we send over. I don't think we got the answer for that. But this is the bit I want you to see. This is the bit where Starmer tells Nigel Farage, and just watch Nigel Farage nodding away. And I don't understand this. Why is he nodding away? I thought he's meant to be representing the people. The people, as far as I'm concerned, are up in arms right now about this. I've just seen a video headline, £1 billion a month. How can we do £1 billion a month? Or £1 billion, even if it's £1 billion a year? How can we do £1 billion a year? Oh, $1 billion? Billions? Billions we're talking about? Not millions, billions. We can't even get 500 million for our old pensioners. Here's this. And I don't understand this. I know the truth. Trump knows the truth. Every intelligent man out there, and I mean really intelligent man, because I watched them all, Colonel McGregor, Colonel Douglas, all the professors, the most intelligent men in the world. I've listened to them say exactly what I'm telling you, but yet our government are saying something totally ridiculous and really far out there. Russia is no threat to anybody, apart from Ukraine right now, because of the way Ukraine's behaved. They're no threat to us or anybody else. They're not interested in taking over Europe. They can just about do Ukraine without having to bring other countries in to help them, because that's what's going to happen if we start going in there and throwing our weight about. I'm telling you, we're so close, and Putin is going to have enough. And if Trump gives Putin the nod that he's going to keep out of it, we're in trouble. That's Putin. The only thing to stop Putin right now is Trump and the Americans. Putin is not as scared of the Europeans, because China and all the rest of them will back Putin up. BRICS. You know, it'll be BRICS against the EU. You can't make this up. You know, it's coming, it's coming. And I would expect that the next leader, you know, or the leader of the opposition, which is Reform, to be speaking more for us. And like really being angry about all this money and being angry the stance that they're taking on Ukraine. Why is nobody angry at our government for taking this stance? What's this?
But can I just remind him, Russia is the aggressor. Yeah. Zelensky is a war leader whose country has been invaded. Yeah. And we should all be supporting him. And not fawning over Putin.
Right, so I understand, you know, Zelensky is the leader of Ukraine, and, you know, Russia did go in there first. I get that. I understand that. But I don't understand why we're all nodding, along with Starmer, when he's taking us in the war, when nothing that they're saying is truthful, you know? They know exactly why Russia did what they did. They knew Russia was going to do this. They provoked Russia to do this. This has been orchestrated for years and years and years, and they've watched it play out step by step. And people have warned them over and over and over again, you're walking into World War III. I've heard expert after expert, professional after professional, the most educated people around the world. I've watched videos over the years of them all saying the same thing, the direction this was going. How can everybody know exactly what's going to happen? How's that possible? You know, how's it possible that people from 14 years ago can go, oh, they're just doing this because they want to get a war? You know? How's it possible we've all just sat by and let this go on for so long? When we know the outcome is going to be that Russia is going to get up to the Donbass, take the Eastern Bloc, have that bit by the river, put up a big defence, and that'll be it. We all know that's what's going to happen. Nobody's going to stop him from doing it. He's still doing it right now. So how come we all know? So I don't understand why nobody's talking about it. Hardly any YouTubers are coming out and talking about it. Maybe they just don't know. Maybe they just haven't watched it. Maybe Ukraine has not been on their agenda, which I totally understand. I've been through a lot. Been through a lot. And the thing that got me right. This is how I've got so much information, is because I just got out of jail, and I was blown away by the internet, and I thought YouTube was amazing. I just sat down and soaked it up, because that's the type of person I am. I love information. I love sociology. I love all that. I love the way the work works. I love the way politics is. It's just because I'm from Belfast. I've been brought up with all the different politics and all the nonsense of politics in Northern Ireland, and it's just the same. And it's just really weird to me as well how the same men keep getting into politics when they keep failing us. This country has been failed massively. Like, if a government could fail a country, if you were to say, how could a government fail a country? How could a government totally fail? Totally fail. I'm talking about totally fail. This is it. This is how a government fails. This is how a government destroys this country. And for some reason, they're wanting all our young men to go to war. I'm bewildered at what's going on right now, guys. I can't get my head around it. I really can't. And I think it's because of the knowledge that I have in my head. It makes it really difficult. It makes it, and who I am, I'm just a guy from Belfast that was brought up in children's homes, you know what I mean? And I'm nothing special. But it's really hard knowing what I know, seeing what I see, but seeing our leaders behave like in a way where they don't care. They don't care that we all disagree with what they're doing. They're the only people, and the Ukrainians that are here, that agree with what they're doing. The whole country. We're all here without a voice. Everybody. People that aren't even in the politics. No, this is wrong. We're skint. We're absolutely skint because of what the government are doing with immigration and giving all this money to these people as soon as they come in, and everybody's on social benefits and hotels and food and free gas. We're skint. It's billions and billions. Like, I know 1.5 billion a month just on social benefits a month. That's a conservative, very conservative figure, with just the figures that they let out, that we can squeeze out of them. We're all working on figures that from 2019, because they won't release any figures to us. Refusing to release the figures of immigration, how bad it is, how many crimes are committed. How many men have actually committed crimes that are back out on the street. They won't give us them figures because they're destroying the country. Because once we get them figures, then we'll really know how much trouble we're in. It's as simple as that, guys. And the longer you are all silent about it, the longer it'll keep on happening. And the longer you all sit there saying nothing, this is all the YouTubers, the longer you all sit there saying nothing about us going into war with Ukraine and sending all those billions over, and not asking the questions and actually doing a wee bit of research, guys, and looking into it and see what truly happened in Ukraine over the last 15 years, since 2014. I'm not saying that it's not your fault that you don't know, but you can research. This is our country. This is our men going to war. This is our billions. Every YouTuber should be on this. I'm Freedom Dad. God bless every single one of you.